Hi children, wishing you a wonderful day. In last class we have completed till point number 15. So today's class let us start from point number 16. Lesson Mauritius by R.K. Lakshman. Please read the reader. It's very important. Please follow my instructions. Good. Let us get started with today's class. Point number 16. R.K. Lakshman, as the boat moves further into the sea, the scene below turns eerie. Among the jagged rocks, the coral jungle becomes dense and huge and is draped with a brownish moss. I see shapeless, ugly creatures crawling in the dark depths of the sea covers. I feel unblinking eyes are watching us from below, the giant mushroom like growth all over. The headless animals pretending to be plants, stuck in one place, sway from side to side in a ghostly manner. A cold shiver runs down my spine. Explanation. R.K. Lakshman with his wife started to travel into the sea further, deep into the sea. The scene below turned more eerie. Eerie means frightened. Among the jagged rocks, jagged means rough and sharp projections. So among the jagged rocks, the rough and sharp projections of rocks, the coral which was in a huge mass became dense. Dense means thick. And it seems that as if it is draped. Draped means arranged loosely, round and covered with a brownish moss. Moss are non-flowering plants which have stems and leaves. Then he saw shapeless, ugly creatures crawling, moving slowly in the darkness of the deep sea. He felt that some eyes staring steadily at them without blinking the eyes from beyond the giant mushroom kind of growth all over. Some kind of headless animals pretending to be like plants stuck to one place and moved gently from one side to the other in a ghostly manner. On seeing that ghostly kind of thing, he was so scared and frightened and shivered down his spine. Point number 17. All of a sudden, standing out against the darkness, a school of fish, colored bright lemon yellow with black bars all along their sides, pass majestically by, cheering up the whole world of overwhelming gloom. Further on, I see the coral branches tipped with a peculiar blue light, like hundreds of candles dying out. Plenty of colors coming now: violet, yellow, pink, green, post red box, fishes with hideous spikes all over their body, fishes with long tails, fishes with battered faces, all of them with a damned look of condemned souls, crisscross a path in a weird twilight against a nightmarish landscape. So, explanation. Suddenly, in the darkness, he saw a large group of fish. School means a group of fish, bright lemon yellow colored, and their sides with black bars all along were passing majestically, means were grandly passing by, which brightened up the whole world of total darkness. Furthermore, He saw the coral branches, which had a strange kind of blue light sparkling on the tip of it, and it seemed that it put out the brightness of hundreds of candlelights. Then he saw plenty of colors of corals branches coming: violet, yellow, pink, green, and post box red. Then he saw different kinds of fishes with spikes, very ugly. Spike means very ugly and thin and pointed all over the body. Fishes with long tails, fishes with battered faces, battered repeatedly hit on face. All had an angry look of unclean spirits, like condemned souls. And all fishes were moving here and there across their way in a strange semi darkness light against a threatening scenery, frightening dark natural view. Point number 18, 19, and 20. Fastening my seat belt, preparing for my return flight, I vaguely think of the future of Mauritius. Will it be able to preserve its pristine charm? It has no population problem now, with its 8,50,000 people evenly spread over. There is hardly any unemployment question yet. People seem to live fairly well at all levels. The government is aware of all these advantages but seems to feel a certain nervousness about an economy so dependent basically on a single commodity, sugar. So it is eager to have foreign entrepreneurs start their industries here. With industrial growth, the living space will shrink. Cars and trucks will increase. Their roads will have to be widened to take the load. The price of land will go up and flats will appear. Cost of living, pollution, unemployment, slums, taxation, controls. Oh, all these thoughts come to me from force of habit. And enlightened people can, of course, guide themselves away from all such evils and still preserve this paradise on earth. I turn hopefully to the window for clouds to entertain me, but the sun has set, it is dark outside, and I shall be in India in a few hours. Explanation. So, R.K. Lakshman fastened his seat belt with an uncertain thought of what would happen to Mauritius in future. He was preparing himself for his return flight. He was doubtful whether Mauritius would be able to retain its originality, its original condition unspoiled. Then it had no population problem. Its population was 8,50,000 and people were evenly spread all over the island. They hardly had any unemployment problem, and people of all levels led a quiet, well and good life. The government was aware of these advantages, but it seemed to be a bit nervous, worried, and anxious because for all these welfare of the country, they had to depend on one single commodity, that is sugar. So the country was very eager and anxious to have some foreign entrepreneurs, that is successful business people. They had to depend only on sugar. So the country was eager and anxious to have some foreign entrepreneurs who comes forward to start their industries and business there. Point number 19, explanation. If there is industrial growth in a country, they need ample space to build, to construct their factories and industries. So naturally, the living space will shrink. It will become smaller in size and amount. So flats will appear. The price of land will go up. It will increase. The land value will shoot up to transport or to carry the raw materials and the goods up and down in and out of the country. The road should be widened, so four track road should be laid. Transportation would increase, cars and trucks, etc., slow moving traffic, so flats have to come up and all these problems. And then slow moving traffic, pollution, unemployment problem, slums would come up. Low wages laborers and workers should put up in tents and dwell there, so slums would come up. As population increases, cost of living also goes up. Heavy tax would be levied and controls, etc., etc. As an habitual act, so many thoughts occupied his mind. An enlightened, open minded, and a knowledgeable person can, of course, guide the people of Mauritius to keep them away from all such of evils which comes forth in the name of development and damages the sanity, the purity of the country would go, so that they can still retain all the pleasures and the God given treasures of beauty of the paradise on earth. Point number 20. He hopefully turned to the window to look at the clouds that would entertain him and made him feel so happy. But the sun had already set, it was already dark outside, and he would be in India within a few hours. So, the lesson Mauritius is over. We have come to an end of this lesson. Read the lesson carefully and learn all the answers thoroughly. Do the grammar part, whatever is given. Any doubt, please, you are free to contact me immediately. Thank you.